appreciate your voting record. You voted the right way in our opinions on most of the issues, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
There's one very onerous piece that you voted against. The legislation passed around Christmas Day this year is very troubling, potentially devastating for our country. That's the healthcare takeover of our private healthcare system known as ObamaCare.
Yeah.
Can we count on you to support a repeal of this onerous legislation, and will you vote for it if it comes up for vote?
And a lot of folks, you know, want to discuss that. And let me tell you what we don't want to do first. We don't want to go back and make this a political issue like we did last year, a partisan political issue like we did last year. We had 35 million to 40 million people uninsured. It's costing you and me when they go to the doctor, and they usually go to the doctor in the last 6 months of their medical needs most of the time, and that's very expensive. Can we come together as reasonable people and resolve this issue once and for all? Now, we had a real heated year, very partisan, where you had lies, where you had innuendos, where you had mistruths, where you had partisan issues, control. You had death panels. You had all this stuff out there, which has proven different. We have now passed a health care plan. And let's look at what good things it does. And I will be the first, and I've already got a proven record of repealing portions of it that I think will be burdensome on our businesses and on individuals out there. I support the attorney generals in the states who are challenging the mandates and the mandates of making people buy insurance who otherwise do not want to buy insurance. I support that, and I hope they're successful. The courts will determine that. Even those challenges are challenging not the full repeal. They're challenging portions that they feel violate the constitutional right, Constitution by mandates. I disagree with the tax increases. I always disagree with that. And there's other things that I disagree with. I even disagree with this. I ask it over and over again. Will this contain and control health care costs? That's the issue. When I travel through, well, I know not for you, but it is on a lot of folks. And when I travel through my district, I would go to business after business after business, and they would constantly tell me my premium for my family coverage in my business is going up 10, 20, even 33% annually. And they would say, and Congressman, if something doesn't give, I'm going to cancel my insurance, and my employees, 200, 150 employees are going to be without insurance. They're going to have to go out and find it on their own. So something had to give. We've got this plan. Let's look at it. Let's see if we can tweak it. Let's see if we can repeal the bad parts, and I will every time it comes up, and but keep the good parts of it. And I'm going to tell you, there's a good part. Keeping a child on parents' insurance until they're 26 years old helps many, many young people, and it helps the parents. Requiring pre-existing conditions. That's an issue that needs to be addressed, and it was addressed in this. That's something that can be good for our country as a whole. There's a number of other things I can stand up here and list and tell you that we need to make sure that stays. But to repeal it before we see whether or not it can be something good that we can salvage, let's be mature about it.
It's good to know, because a lot of people are watching you and your position on that.
I know.
Number two,
but I'm giving you, Mr. Holmes, I'm giving you a mature, rational, common sense approach, and not a party political approach.
Mine's not either. You need to start off with some good facts. There's not 35 million uninsured people in this country.
How many do you say there are?
There's probably, you can just tick them off.
Yeah.
17 million of those are illegals, or whatever they are. They're illegals. They're not eligible for any insurance in this country. There's all those people who don't, by their own choice, don't want to buy it. They're not going to buy it, even if you find them.
They're not entitled. I don't think, and Mr. Holmes, I don't think this health care will, and that's one of the provisions we talked about, and this health care does not cover illegals.
Doesn't it make sense?
Nor abortion, things like
but
that.
You're counting them at 35 million, so stop saying 35 million. That's a false number.
I'm using the numbers that the experts
But it's wrong. You need to go get your facts.
Well, give me the facts then if I'm wrong.
But
You
doesn't
know
it
where
make,
to give it.
I'm going to come over here because you have the opportunity.
I got a question.
Okay.
If this health care is so good, why is Congress
You know, I'm not sure,
Yeah.
I'm not on the healthcare, Congress healthcare, you know that